morning! Today's an exciting day because we're alive! Just kidding, we're getting new furniture. Today we're breaking down a little bit of my process because I know I do all of these really extravagant home renovation makeovers and a lot of things that like nobody would ever do. But today I figured I would show you something that's pretty practical, and that is how to style a cabinet or shelf. Lately I've had a bunch of my friends texting me that are getting into new places and need to know how to decorate specific things. I think one of the easiest ways to make a space look beautiful is by just styling a shelf correctly. It can be really simple. One shelf, 3 shelves, a whole cabinet. It's like the same thing on each shelf, you just have to space it out. Today I'm getting a beautiful black cabinet delivered that I ordered 3 months ago and it just took forever to get here. I'm in the midst of doing an entire room makeover, don't look, spoilers. A couple hours from now, this empty space that's blocked off like a murder scene is going to be filled with a beautiful iron black cabinet. And then I'll show you how I'm going to decorate it in real time, and I don't know, hopefully it'll be helpful. Someone's gotta go back to sleep. I just got to the thrift store and I've been drinking so much water that I seriously have to go to the bathroom. So this is gonna be our speed thrift session, which is probably good so that I don't have enough time to search for things for my closet. All we're looking for is cutely shaped things because whatever I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna spray paint with whatever color. A lot going on. But look at this. This could be really nice. Take this away, add some sort of foliage to the top of it. That's nice. $10, I mean, a little pricey for that, but still. Oh my God. I know I said I wasn't gonna get anything for me, but oh my God. Look at it in all of its glory. Oh my God. First of all, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be, but very welcome. It wasn't always this easy though. Here's live footage of me not knowing if I would ever get through this. I seriously thought this was gonna fall at some points. Wow! It really makes me feel a little bit more like a little Paris girl. Now it's time to style it, which is my favorite part. So in order to do this, there's a couple of images that I've had saved on my phone for a while. I found these 2 cabinets on Pinterest and I loved how they were filled with ceramics and wood elements like cutting boards. They had some cake stands in there and baskets. With those 4 pillars and as always books, I'm going to style this in a way that you can use whatever you already have in your house or things you can get at the thrift store. Let me show you how. My shirt is dirty and I'm not wearing a bra. Since I said it, you don't need to comment. Why am I so sassy? Here's a box of goods that we got at the thrift store. Let's remind ourselves with what we splurged on because I don't know. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter what these look like and what color they are because I bought spray paints that we're going to cover them with. We have a cookie jar, which is already kind of a nice color, but I probably will still spray paint it. We have a gold candelabra. This decanter, which is going to be so beautiful. I probably don't need the top of it. I'm gonna make it a vase. Another jar, which I probably will also not need the top. Look at the difference between this and this. Also, the difference between this and what it will be, even more mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, you're like, you just took the top off. What do you think people thought of the first convertible? Huh? A tiny little cute asymmetrical vase? Is this, can you see anything? This cup thing. Oh my God. I don't even think I need to paint this one. This would work perfectly in here. Ooh, a carafe. We are setting ourselves up for such success. I'm gonna start with these because this has the most work to be done. Once these are painted and drying, then I'll start just filling in the rest with ceramic ware that I already have or I've been collecting for a while. This is about to get sexy. Depends on what you think sexy is. I mean, this bare bones already. NSFW. Okay, so I have 3 different colors of this textured spray paint that I found. We've got a dark brown, an ivory, and kind of a terracotta brown. This is my learning curve because I've never used these products before. I've learned to not get too close. I've learned that the darker ones you can spray continuously from a distance, and then the white one you have to do it in these kind of sporadic spurts, and you have to do a lot of coats on it because it, I guess, doesn't work that well. I had to bring in a 4th color because the white one was more so of a texture than it was a color, so I used that as a base layer and then brought in this kind of gray taupey color to coat some of the pieces that were spotty. It's been a day. Let's check and see. Oh my God. These are beautiful. These actually turned out so well. And a little wet still. Now's the best part because we're gonna walk around the house and find things that we forgot we even had that would be perfect for this. Anything that is ceramic or natural colored or wood, any neutral tone, which is literally my whole house. Oh, there's spray paint on the lens. That can't be good. Why do people let me do anything? Ooh, this is a really nice little vase that used to be hanging on some macrame, but we will repurpose that. We're gonna take all these. That's gonna be a thing. I'll take 2 of these cutting boards. Uh-oh. A jackpot. This has been hanging out for months. It's supposed to be there to clean my coffee machine when I ever don't use it as a picture ledge. I'm just gonna take all these out and use that. This will be nice. It's already looking really good, everything on this table. Oh my god, a cake stand. I forgot I had that. Oh, you know, I have another cake stand. Huzzah! Look at it! It comes with this lid, but I actually don't think we need the lid. I think it'll look a lot nicer just with the wooden base. Do you feel like I'm talking down to you? I have a lot of things I store down in this cabinet for when I have guests, but I don't really have a lot of dinner parties, but I have a lot of dinner party wear, which would be perfect in this. Like cheese boards, that'll be good. Even this deviled egg platter, I could figure something out for this. Ooh, this nice wooden like chips and salsa tray. This would be good too. Okay, so we have a decent amount to start with. We have a bunch of stuff I've already had. And then these are what we made yesterday. So, oh my god though. Like actual, oh my god. From here, you're basically just playing jazz. There's no rhyme or reason for really anything. Just put things in and then move them around. It's Tetris, but grown up. I'm gonna start with my favorite pieces first, just to make sure that they're kind of framed to be the focal piece. Right when I look at it, I wanna see my favorite stuff and I wanna feel the best that I can. This is my favorite piece. This was a decanter that we got at the thrift store for about $9. Spray painted it. I really love it. Now I'm gonna start spacing out different colors and textures. I really love this. I was going to donate it, but now that this is here, it just looks pretty. I'm gonna start putting things diagonally from each other just so they're not close. Something like a wire basket or a really intricate, unique piece. Anything that has a lot going on and can stand its own 2 feet, we wanna not have them together. These are more examples of high personality pieces. From here, I'm gonna take pieces that are still pretty large, but not aggressive in their vibe. This millennial Martha Stewart thing is really happening. And it's gonna look crazy for quite some time. Keep shifting them. The only way to make something look better is for it to go through a terrible transformation first. We've all seen Miss Congeniality. I wouldn't keep these 2 pieces close to each other, even though one is ivory and one is black. They each have this loop handle and they're kind of the same height, so I don't want them next to each other because you want variation in each of the shelves. If you think of each of these shelves like a little cubby, you don't want any of them to match, especially if they're next to each other or across from each other. I'm gonna start adding some wood pieces in now because this also does take up a lot of room. Since the whole piece is black and white, having little touches of wood and this terracotta color is really gonna make it feel a lot more homey and less cold. Anytime you can put wooden textures or anything natural in a design will make you feel so much better. You can breathe. It doesn't feel so mechanical and fabricated. I'm gonna leave the 2 cubbies at the bottom for a wicker basket on each side just to also spruce up the warmth and storage. These are spoons I got at a thrift store. I think together they were all like $2. Oh my god. This is that vase that we saved and I'm just gonna put them in here and that's cute. Who would have thought? Since we have wood here, I don't need to add this because this is another wooden texture. So I'm going to just disperse the elements. Here's maybe something. Each cubby, try and have every single element. So I'll try to have something that's like a wire or an iron or black. I'll have something that's ivory and ceramic, and then I'll have a wood. 2 more of our creations. These 3 browns could look beautiful together. Because they're different shades of brown, it might look really dimensional. If you hate it, change it. But for now, that looks pretty good. Oh my god, I'm not over how beautiful this piece is. This is also really exciting for me because a lot of these ceramics I've been collecting when I'm traveling overseas. This is a dish from Thailand, and I have these big handmade plates from Mexico City. Just having these displayed will remind me of everywhere I've been. I'm moving this because this vase is a little tall, and so is the height of this with the spoons. So I'm just balancing them out. You don't want them to be on top of each other directly next to. I just start cutting. Oh my god, you know what would be beautiful in this? These are little bunny tails I got from Etsy for a different video. This in that. Ah! We gotta zoom in. We need a close up. So quaint. Clem slaps it. Oh my god, hey, no. But honestly, color palette is yes. I didn't like this at the very top because there was so much brown. It was convoluting everything. I ended up flipping it over and then putting this plate that I got from H&M Home right on top of it. It added a little bit of height, it added dimension, and it also added warmth. Once you like the general layout of the entire thing, start focusing on the cubbies as one entity. So each cubby should be able to stand alone in its own beauty, and then together it'll synergistically be mind-blowing. It's funny the adjectives I use to describe design, but this is what it means to me. I'm gonna start with this one that's a little bit scarce. Right now this shelf is fine, but there's a lot of white in it. I'm going to add this little touch of taupey cream in the back of it. Books are incredible. For filling in the space, you have no idea what to put there. Ooh, I love it on the cake stand. I also love this on the cake stand, but I don't know if they can share that. I like this idea, but I don't know if it's going to stick. Decorating is kind of like improv, because you just have to say yes and build on top of that until you're like, that wasn't good at all. I do like that idea, and all together it's starting to look really nice. It's missing like a little bit more. That's kind of pretty. We're actually gonna keep it for now. Let's move on to another chubby shelf cubby. I'm adding a secondary book horizontally on top of this other white one, making sure they're the same color because that just makes it look cleaner. Just adding a little bit more height to it. I also felt like this cubby was missing a little something, and so I added these little berries that were hanging on the wall before, right into that terracotta decanter. Even though you can't see this cake stand in the back holding up that like cactus thing, it gives it the perfect amount of height, so I'm not mad at it. This cubby was also missing something. I had an extra book. I bought this book because of the black cover, because I thought it was really bold and clean. As I was auditioning in this cubby, I realized that it might be nice to have some sort of color, so I opened it up. When you open up the spread, half of it is white text on black, and the other half is a really fresh picture of greens. When I tried to put it behind all the stuff in the shelf already, it was really low and I didn't have enough height, so I ended up just using 2 of these candles that I never light. I turned them upside down, and that acts as a little bolster for the book to be visible. This is what it looks like so far. I am truly stoked. The only thing that's missing is the wicker baskets that I'm gonna have delivered from Amazon, I think, today. I guess that's the full video. Look at that. We just did this. We just did this. Even though we were focusing on each of the cubbies individually, you also want to think of them as shelves. It's almost like a Sudoku puzzle, where you have to solve the problem horizontally, vertically, and that's it, right? If you have to go diagonally, I'm never playing Sudoku. Bottom line is you have to think of them standalone and together. So if you read the shelf left to right, you don't get jumbled up, and if you look up and down, you're not getting the same thing the whole time. It's actually like Sudoku. Decorating is Sudoku. Oh my God.